Facebook as well, the icon influencers or icon producers, sorry. And my name is Sean Policino. Welcome to the real world of real estate. It's 2 p.m. Sorry, I'm running just a minute behind here. And today is Mindset Monday. So we're going to talk about mindsets today and some of the things that we're going to cover this week on the show. Thank you for being here. I am looking forward to spending some time with you today. And I'm just going to add a new intro. So I'll see you on the other side. Apologize about that. Got to share my screen there first. Trying to run a one-man band here is always a fun thing to do. So here we go. You can see the screen. We're going to work on that intro, but thank you very much for joining us today, and I really appreciate it. So today is Mindset Mondays. And I have a throat lozenge because I'm still having a little bit of a cough, so I'm trying to battle choking up on you guys while I'm talking to you today and spending some time. So I have a throat lozenge in my mouth. But mindset is one of the toughest things I think that agents have to deal with. You can think of the most challenging client, and your mind is a tougher thing to deal with, and our mind. That's really myself, anybody, nobody is excluded here. And real estate is a sales business, and I have been in sales and marketing for 32 years. Let me just tell you a little bit about myself here, just as an intro to the show. I was with Keller Williams for 16 years. The last 10 months I've been with EXP. So since 2005, I've been selling real estate and running a real estate business and a team. Before that, for 15 years, I was in the auto industry working for Toyota at the dealership level. I was in sales. I was in sales manager, finance manager, and dealing with 60 salespeople in a big store that sells 800 cars a month is a challenge. But I've been a salesman in sales and marketing for the last 30 years. Okay. And so no matter what type of sales business you're in, mindset is super, super important. I'd say it's even more important with real estate because you don't have a boss with his thumb over you. It's really literally up to you. And if you don't control your mindset, nobody else will. And disciplines like that, really, if a boss wasn't there to take care of that for you, sometimes with an attitude adjustment at home, when you're working from home or working in your own business, there's nobody else there to do that, right? You are the boss. So that poses a unique challenge that I think a lot of businesses don't have to deal with. But speaking about real estate, I've sold 36 homes my first year. I've averaged about 37 homes a year, every year for the last 16 years. And that's my own personal production. I do earn income generated from my team as they produce. They pay a share as well back to the team. And I also have several other streams of income coming in, 2 of them which are passive income and a residual income, which if you're interested in finding out more about, you can always reach out to me on any one of my channels here. But my real estate business, the real estate sales business is what we're talking about, actually dealing with buyers and sellers. And I wanted this show, The Real World of Real Estate, to be about the real world, not some of these other channels you can think about out there that talk a great game about what you should be doing, but they really haven't done it themselves. My name is Sean Policino. I have done it in the real estate business at a higher level than average. Not the highest level on the planet, but at a higher level than average. And I would love to impart that knowledge and help you. And my sole focus here is reaching more people and helping people build their real estate business. I do that through various ways. People join my real estate team, which you can as well. If you're interested, reach out. They join the coaching programs. I'm a coach for Icon Coaching. And having a coach is a really important part about your mindset. And I'll get into that a little bit. And then I also, share the opportunity within EXP to people in my Rev Share group, which is called Libertas. And that's Latin for freedom. So I also do things outside of real estate to help with my own mindset and also bring things back that I can share with other people. So this channel, this podcast is just me having an outlet for sharing my strategies and the systems, techs, tools, people, knowledge about real estate with people. And that's the whole purpose of this podcast. But the real world of real estate, the premise came from the old reality show called The Real World. Would you get to be a spectator in a business, in a real estate business? So I'm going to hopefully bring things to you as we progress here in the show with that are going to be actual, like tomorrow, for example. Tune in tomorrow at 2 p.m. and I'm going to share with you a live call between me and a client, which is a scenario. The scenario of that call is getting your client to see that buying a home today, even if it's not perfect, it doesn't have the yard that they want, or it doesn't have the in-house laundry, instead it's community laundry, all the things that a reason a buyer might say, you know what, I can't afford what I want, so I'm going to wait, and why that's a mistake, and that there's a cost for waiting. And that's what this call that I'm going to share with you tomorrow is all about. But it's an actual live call. And so my idea is, with the real world of real estate, is to bring the world of real estate into the show here where you can interact. So you're always welcome to call at 818-338-8787, and I'll put your call, and I'll answer questions at any time. If the phone rings, I'm gonna interrupt the show and take that call. So you can also reach me and schedule a one-on-one free coaching call at Calendly, calendly.com/Sean Policino, and schedule with me for a free call. Okay, so let's talk about mindset. What is mindset? Mindset is in simple terms, your attitude. And a friend of mine who brought me in, was literally the first person that hired me in a sales position back in 1992, and I'm dating myself here. I was fresh out of the military. I was eager. I was, young, ready to go, military kind of mindset, a little bit of discipline, more than I had before I went in the military. But John Perrier hired me into the sales business, car sales business, actually. And I remember him saying, your attitude controls your altitude. And literally, that's a mantra that I have repeated for 30 years to myself. When I find myself in a bad mood, in a funk, not wanting to do anything, not wanting to work, would rather go out and take a walk outside where it's nice and warm and sunny, instead of making the calls that I need to make that day. When I have something happen in my business that gives me a bad attitude, you've heard the term bad attitude. Anything that gives you a bad attitude, the way to snap out of it is to do what Tony Robbins says: change your state. Change your state, and then change your attitude, and you'll change your mindset. So I'm going to probably not do this every Monday, but Mindset Monday, it's a great time to think about it. We just came off the weekend, and maybe your energy is low around work. Well, what is the work to be done in a real estate sales business? And honestly, it's pretty simple. It's having conversations with people. And you heard me say this last week, the 5 income generating activities in real estate. These are the ones that are going to generate income: is lead generation, lead follow-up, going on appointments, negotiating contracts, and practicing your scripts and dialogues in your presentation. So your buyer presentation, your listing, selling presentation, and your commercial presentation. And if you're with EXP, that's your EXP conversation, your presentation. Be able to present why the EXP model is a superior model, in my opinion. Now, if you're not from it, you're not with EXP and you're watching the show, that's okay. We'll get to you, trust me. But mindset starts with, doing the work, having the right mindset to do the work. And Gary Keller says in a great book called The One Thing that you should read, that your willpower is not on will call. So your willpower is connected to your mindset. And if you don't realize this connection, test it. Just think of those moments that you're in a bad mood, bad attitude, or bad mood, and your energy's low. Is it low or high in those moments? It's probably low. Okay. Just think about those lazy moments that you're not really wanting to do any work. Is your energy low or high? Probably low. What could you do to get your energy up? Maybe go out and run, do something to change your state. That's where Tony Robbins comes in, and he teaches really, I mean, he is like the master of the mindset, right? And I've been to a few Tony Robbins events and have the desire to go to more. That's me being learning based. I am always looking to be learning based, always looking to learn more, make myself a better person, make myself better in business. Ultimately, that's going to impact the bottom line. So that's part of mindset as well. It's having a learning based mindset. A great book you could check out, or actually I think it's a course that Gary Keller from Keller Williams teaches. It's called the 6 Personal Perspectives. And one of those 6 is being learning based. So we control our mindset, just like we control the altitude in a plane, we control the attitude that we have. And a lot of folks out there will tell you that, I don't have any control of that. Well, that's wrong. That's more of being a victim when you say things like that. When it comes out of your mouth and that you don't have any control, that's you being a victim. And I call that speaking victimese, like Vietnamese, but victimese. And don't speak victimese. It doesn't work. Okay. So being learning based is an important part of this success formula around your mindset. And that's because by being learning based, you will pick up the habits and the activities and the exercises that help. Now, a great one that I use, and I'm going to share my screen real quick for you, is a curriculum that I completed with my wife, Karen, and it's called Landmark Worldwide. Okay. And sorry, I lost my screen there. Let me open this up. There we go. Landmark Worldwide, and I'm going to go to that tab. I'll put that up there so you can grab the URL. It's landmarkworldwide.com. They have a curriculum called the Curriculum for Living. And it starts out with the forum. The forum is a boot camp. Literally, it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You're going to put in about 45 to 50 hours over that 3 days of learning. And it's not the typical learning that you and I are used to. Okay, we're used to going to a classroom, going into a training room at the office, them giving you a speaker up there, gives you information, and then you're supposed to take that information and go back and implement it. We call that informational learning. Okay, that's not what this is. Landmark Worldwide is transformational learning, and it really goes way back into a method of teaching that is immersive. I think it has Zen Buddhist, background, but it's an immersive way of learning. For if I could tell you that if I draw a circle right here and everything that was to be known in that circle, so all the knowledge in the world exists within this circle. Okay, and if you take a sliver of that pie, and I say to you, that's everything that you know is in that sliver of pie. Okay. So tell me something you know. Well, you can't speak, but I'll tell you that knowing how to drive a car, you learned how to do it. That's something you know. Right next to that sliver of pie is another sliver of pie, and it's called things you don't know. Tell me something that you don't know, you don't even know. I'm sorry. I take that back. I messed up. That's something you don't know, that next sliver. Like, for example, maybe you know what Mandarin is, it's a language, but you don't know how to speak Mandarin. That's something you don't know. Okay. Everything else in that pie, minus those 2 slivers, is something that you don't know, you don't even know. Share with me something you don't know, you don't even know. You really can't. It literally exists in a blind spot back here. We all know what a blind spot is when we're driving our car. It exists in a blind spot. So in this time we're spending today, I want to share with you some things that are in your blind spot. One of them is this nasty guy named Mick. Now, Mick stands for my inner cynic. Everybody has one to varying degrees. So Mick is back there playing havoc with your life, and you don't even realize it. You have your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. So Mick lives in your subconscious mind, along with some other nasty guys that you don't even want to know. There's some good people back there too, some good creatures, but there's some bad ones as well. Okay, fear lives back there. So what Landmark does is, back to that circle of everything you don't know, is it gives you access to something you don't know you didn't even know. And Zen Buddhists call that enlightenment. So you may think of some times in your life where you felt an enlightened feeling when you learned something, and we call that transformational learning. So circle all the way back here. Transformational learning is something that Landmark Worldwide specializes in, and they are the best. There's 2 boot camps. One is called the Forum and one is called the Advanced course. I told you a little bit about those. It's amazing experience that you will have there. You will learn a lot about yourself, and you will learn a lot about life. That's all I can really say, other than it's almost like if you could go somewhere and learn the meaning of life, what would that feel like when you came out on the other end of the boot camp? So I was in the military, so I can tell you what real boot camp felt like. So Landmark Worldwide, check them out. They have regional offices all over the country. There's been 2.5 million people that have gone through the curriculum. Like I told you, the full curriculum for living is the Forum, which is the first weekend boot camp. The second boot camp is the Advanced course. And the third course is a longer course. I think it's like 12 weeks, and it's called the Self-Expression Leadership Program, SELP. And once you completed those 3, you've completed the curriculum for living. I trust me, coming from a learning-based person, you will not go wrong if you trust me and take the course. What you will have on the other side is a completely different perspective about yourself and the world that will help you excel and help you get to the next level. So I'd ask you, what are you doing to get to the next level of performance in your own life? And this is not just about business. Your mindset question here is about everything. How is your life at home with a better mindset? How is your life with your kids and your family? How is your life with your wife? How is your life in business and with your peers? You can trust me. It's amazing once you really spend some time here. Okay, so that would be the first step. I will tell you that out of Landmark, literally there's 2 staples that we all know today. Who's heard of Lululemon? Lululemon is they sell athletic wear, active wear, and they are an amazing company. And that idea, literally the idea, started from nothing into something, and it is what it is today out of the Landmark program. It was actually an idea that was discovered in the Self-Expression Leadership Program, which is the 3rd session in the curriculum. Another one we all know, Panda Express, that also is an idea that literally came out of the program. So over 2.5 million people have gone through the program. So I would suggest you start there. Tony Robbins is another great source. We've all heard of Tony Robbins. He's been around forever. But if you want to, really work on your mindset. Now, again, let me flash back. Why is this important? Because literally this is what's going to get you through those tough times. When you're having a challenging time in business, the work is hard, it's like slogging through the mud, your mindset is what's going to get you through it. Okay. Now you can get some help here. A coach is a great place. Landmark, I just shared with you, is a great place. Tony Robbins is a great place. There's places you can get help that's going to help you, give you the tools and the exercises to get your mindset into a better place. I talked to you about Mick. Mick lives back here in your blind spot. Okay. Mick is my inner cynic. When you realize that Mick is talking to you, shut him down, get him out of the way. That's what Landmark does, is it takes stuff from back here in the blind spot, brings it out to you actually can see it. And it's pretty crazy it's a pretty crazy experience when you realize there's something there that you didn't even know was in the way, that was stopping you. Okay. So mindset, I'll tell you what, a lot of people think that real estate is this sexy career, they see on $1 million listing and selling sunset and all these reality shows, flip this house, flip that house, all these shows that are, make it seem very Hollywood. Well, guess what? It is Hollywood. It's not real. Yes, some of those people are actual real agents. Josh Altman in the $1 million listing is a real person, but he didn't start out with that business that he has today. He started out like a regular real estate agent with an idea, or was casted to be on that show. He was a very successful agent, and I've actually had the opportunity to talk to him a few times about listings that he has in the area, because I live in LA and so does he. So, but you got to understand that he didn't start out that way. Okay. He started out the way traditional sales, real estate sales starts out, and that's tapping into your sphere of influence and being comfortable having conversations with people that you know, and being able and comfortable with self-promotion, because that's what real estate is. It's a lot of self-promotion with people around you, because your business depends upon it. Okay. You can also do business with people that you don't know, but that's a little tougher. That requires a different skill, and that's the power of just calling and keeping into contact with people, using email and systems like social media to keep in front of people, creating a top of mind awareness. But there is a call component. There's always a call component. And when you have somebody on the phone that it doesn't go your way, they're mean to you, or they don't listen to what you're telling them to do, and they go in a different direction. Or like me, I drove home my first year in real estate, drove home, came down in my neighborhood on my street that I live in, and a person really close to me across the street that had told me 2 months before that they were going to list their home with me. And I was counting on that piece of business. What I didn't know was the wife was also talking to somebody else. I was talking to the husband, and the wife went ahead and she won the battle, and they listed with somebody else, not me. And that's how I found out. As I drove home one day from the office in an otherwise reasonable mood, and I saw that sign up, and that meant I just lost that piece of business. Okay. Or I could tell you times that I'm in escrow. I've spent months helping a client find a home. We finally get them a home and get it negotiated, which is a challenge these days as well. And they get into escrow, and I get a phone call one evening that they're going to back out of the deal because their down payment didn't come through, or they found something in the inspection. What's going to protect your mindset in those moments is having a strong mindset to begin with. Otherwise, it's going to ruin you. You're going to fall apart. It's going to take you off the market, and you're not going to be any good to your business or your family for hours, time. You get to say how long you hold on to that. This is where the landmark curriculum comes in, is because you can literally get rid of that and disappear it. And I've actually gotten really good at doing that. Drives my wife crazy, to be honest with you. She tells me, you just live on the surface. Nothing ever bothers you. Why? What do I get out of letting things bother me? Right? Think about that. How have you been told that by somebody? Nothing ever bothers you. Is that like, that's a bad thing? I hate to tell you, it's not. So a coach is a great way. So at Icon Coaching, you can go to iconcoaching.com, and we have programs to put you in either around, in a small group coaching, one-on-one coaching. We try to make it really affordable so that you can help a coach that's going to hold your hand and bring you through those tough spots. Real estate is full of them, because, and call them landmines, call them whatever you want. Mick comes out of the background, comes into the foreground, and makes it tougher on you. It gets a little monotonous at times when you've got 100 people to talk to a week. That's a challenge. It is difficult. It's totally doable. I actually talked to 100 people in one day once as an exercise called a Bold 100. So I know it can be done. And there's lots of people out there that can get on the phone easily. And then there's many people out there that are afraid to death of the phone. So Tony Robbins or Landmark will help you disappear that issue if you're afraid to get on the phone. I was coaching a client recently, and she said, how can I sell real estate without soliciting or without making unsolicited phone calls? That's a challenge. Can it be done? It can be done with social media and with email marketing, but you're going to have to send those unsolicited. What's the difference? For her, she had a very big hang up because she didn't like getting sales calls. So I would start there. Change the way you feel about getting sales calls. We all get them. change the way you handle that. Actually engage those people. You can still say no and not buy something. You have control, but make it in your control to where you're actually being nice and talk to them, listening to what they have. Maybe that will change your perspective on making those outbound calls. Outbound calls are super important. Like I'm going to demonstrate tomorrow. It's super important to be able to, have a conversation with somebody, share a program, a loan program, share some knowledge about the real estate market. The fact that the longer they wait, the more expensive it gets. So if they don't buy now, well, they can actually buy down the road. They may not actually be able to buy. Maybe their credit gets impacted. Maybe they lose their job. Maybe their income stays flat and homes get more expensive and interest rates go up. There's all these variables at play. So get into the role of being a homeowner now so that you can build equity in your own home and enjoy the appreciation that's coming. Yes, the real estate market's up and down, but it actually goes up like this. It doesn't go up and down like this, a flat line. It's always got an upward trajectory. Federally, nationally, the government would like to see a 4% appreciation year over year. In LA County here, where we experienced over the last 50 years, 6.5% appreciation. In the last year, we've seen 20% appreciation. So I'm a homeowner. I get to enjoy that. You should be too. And that having those conversations is why the phone is absolutely crucial in your real estate business. So if you've got some hang up around your mindset that's keeping you from making phone calls, then get with me, call me, 818-338-8787, schedule with me, find my calendar link on social media, DM me, whatever it takes, smoke signals, whatever it takes. So I made a few notes here about mindset, just in it's a skill, just like following a calendar or having the gift of gab where you can talk to somebody. We all know people that can talk to anybody. My mother used to say to me, you could sell ice to Eskimos. Okay, that's a skill. Some of you have skills. Maybe you came out of the marketing world and into real estate. I'm gonna get a throat lozenge here because I can feel it coming on. Maybe you came out of being a nurse into real estate. Nursing is a skill. Controlling your mindset is a skill, just like anything else. Controlling this cough is a skill. So, for something to change in your life, one or two things have to happen. Either your life changes or you have to change. It's really that simple. Waiting for life to change can be very complicated. And it's more of a passive solution, meaning, you're just waiting for it to happen to you. Take a proactive role. So one of the things, the 6 personal perspectives I told you about is being proactive. Don't let life happen to you. That's more about being a victim again. And one of the things you'll learn in Landmark is it all starts with language, literally language. What comes out of our mouth and what we allow other people to say to us is what affects our life. So literally you can change that overnight by going to this boot camp. Trust me. But hopefully I'll help you here on the show, The Real World of Real Estate, to give you some of those tools to be able to share for you. So for me, I get up in the morning, I make my bed. There was a book called Make Your Bed. There is a book called Make Your Bed, and you should read it. I have not actually read it, but it's a skill that I actually it's a habit that I've formed over a long period of time, going back to my military days, where I get up in the morning and I make my bed. So a tidy room is a tidy mind, meaning get up in the morning, do something about your space. If you've got clutter all over the place and your life is unorganized and you're unorganized, well, obviously you're gonna have an unorganized business. So start with that, change your life, okay? Change the things that you have control over. Being a business owner means being proactive, not passive, so that you can switch your mindset quickly when things happen to you. Things happen in your life, not necessarily to you, but when they happen in your life, you can change, you choose how those things affect you, or whether they do or don't affect you. Okay? So just to sum it up, what can you do about your mindset that you could change today? I just saw a chat here. Let me go ahead and see what Fortnite. One of the panelists said play Fortnite. Yes, you could definitely play Fortnite. I'm playing a game on Gala Games called Township. Yeah, so a little bit of downtime is not a bad thing, but when it overwhelms you, it could be a negative thing too. So somebody sharing some game Battle Pass is another game. So what I like about the Gala Games is it's connected to cryptocurrency. So you can actually get really good at the game and get rewarded with a coin called the Gala coin that you can then go out and spend. It actually has value, and you get that from playing a game. So it's kind of like, it's not really gambling because you don't have anything to risk. You can play the game for free and actually earn the Gala coin. So thank you for whoever, 2K Low, whoever that is, for sharing that with me. I appreciate it. So mindset's really important. And, you know, you can join us on YouTube or on Zoom or on that platform. We're soon to be on Spotify and a podcast on Spotify and iTunes as well. So if you want to interact, I believe that 2K Low has actually joined us on Zoom's platform for podcasts. So he has the ability to text in any questions. And if you're on there, please let us know. You can also reach out to us, 818-338-8787 at any time. That's my phone number. You can schedule with me at calendly.com. That's calendly.com/Sean Policino. And you know what? This is the best part about this show, is making it live, gives you the ability to handle real world situations that people have. So if you have any questions, give us a call at any time. And we're going to be back at 2 p.m. tomorrow. And tomorrow's conversation is going to be about scripts and dialogues. So each week, we're going to bring to you scripts and dialogues, lead generation tools, lead nurturing tools. We're going to talk about the brokerage partner. I mean, I didn't mention much of today, but you get to choose who you partner with, meaning, are you partnering with Remax? Are you partnering with Compass? Are you partnering with Keller Williams? Or are you with EXP? If you're with EXP already, great. Half the battle's won. I believe that there is a shift that's happening within the real estate world, the industry, and that the traditional brokerage models have not focused on retirement options or wealth building for their agents. And because of that, EXP was born. Okay. And there's actually retirement options at EXP. You know, running a real estate business, unless you induce leverage, being a real estate agent, an individual agent, can be monotonous. It can be draining and takes up a lot of time. And it can be a challenge, and it's a great rewarding challenge, but are you going to be able to do it for 10, 15 years? And I wonder, there are agents that do it for a long time, but if you could introduce ways of leverage in your business where you can earn, you know, revenue on stock or revenue on the growth of the company, why not get rewarded to where you start getting mailbox money that just shows up in your mailbox? Okay. I made over $1,000 last month, and I just started 3 months ago. $1,000 a month strictly from my rev share income. And that's passive income. I didn't do anything, it just showed up. Okay. So we got 2K Low has asked another question here. Should invest in Blockbuster? I think you said you should have. If you did, there was probably a good time where Blockbuster was a good investment, but there was a time when it's not too. And obviously that would have been before it went under. Obviously what changed Blockbuster Video was Netflix coming on the scene. Netflix changed the way we rented videos. And then later on down the road, well after Blockbuster was gone, Netflix changed the way we watched TV in streaming TV. So yeah, that's a great example. And EXP is changing, is changing the landscape. We have over 78,000 agents as of today. It's changing the relationship between the agent and the brokerage forever, in my opinion. What's a good investment? I mean, I think EXPI stock on NASDAQ, EXPI. I own very little stock because it's too up and down for me, and just having the extra money to be able to invest, I've chose to put that into EXPI stock personally. So I'm not actually in any other stock at the moment other than my current company that I'm working for. So we're going to wrap up Mindset Monday. It's been about 37 minutes in. I tend to want to have these between 30 and 45 minutes. 2K Low asked, what's a good crypto investment? I personally have, I think, about 6 or 7 different coins. I use a program called Crypto Hopper, which automates. It's a crypto bot. So it buys and sells a lot of different coins and earns me income based upon that. So I'm not actually managing it. It's taking signals from other buyers out there in the crypto space. So check out Crypto Hopper and you'll end up owning a lot of different coins, not just one. So I'm going to wrap up. If nobody has any other questions, we will see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. The Real World of Real Estate on all the networks. We're going to be soon to be on TikTok as well. Okay. We'll talk to you later, guys. Thank you for coming.